Welcome here at the third discussion under Classix in Focus at Classix Festival. We will talk about the art of living by art, and the guest today is Mats Granfors. He's a musician, composer, producer, and teacher, a pedagogue in the art of music, and a specialist in entrepreneurship with arts. We will talk about the dream of many young people who wants to take a path in life, in art, and maybe sometimes the family guide them otherwise, to be more practical, to take a proper job instead of music, instead of painter, and whatever. This is the main topic today, actually, and we will talk a lot about these things. And I will tell you at the beginning a few things about Mats. Mats is today a senior lecturer with a high focus in research and development of Novia University of Applied Science in Finland. Between 1999 and 2003, piano and ensemble pedagogy from Aalborg Academy of Music in Denmark. Mats is also an entrepreneur as a co-owner of Sugar How Publishing. He has several number one placement in Asia and also 2 world number 1 placement as a songwriter, which is fantastic. He is also involved in other businesses project as owner, board member or mentor. Mats, welcome to Iași, welcome to Classix.
Thank you, thank you.
You are in Iași for a few days. What is your impression until now?
Very good impression. I like the town. I spent yesterday walking around in the city center. I like this place where the palace is, and yes, and I really like the concerts from the festival. That's the best thing.
All right, Mats, let's start speaking about the education and the art of living by art, right?
Yeah.
How we should do to change the education, the music education, to promote the students and not masses, I don't know, and to create an individual profile of students, of each student?
Yeah, I think there are several ways of doing that. One of my colleagues has made a program that is called Find Your Passion, that we have also, because that's the most important thing, to have the passion to do something. It's a good program. I have worked a lot with young students from these different genres, classical and rock, and we created a new environment for teaching, where we didn't have lessons, we didn't have classrooms, we didn't have teachers, and we didn't have students. The program was driven by the students or participants' own dreams and goals and passion.
This is absolutely beautiful, but do you think there is any chance a country to do that from a government perspective, to be wider and for any kind of school in the whole country?
I think so, yes, and the Finnish government is really interested in that also the musicians and artists find a job in the future. So they actually support us quite well with that.
Do you encourage students to do this if they follow her passion about music, about whatever arts way they follow?
Yes, absolutely. Our program starts with a long discussion for weeks, maybe, together with a group of students. What's the passion? What's actually, we have 3 questions in the beginning. Where do you come from? And what do you want to do? And when will you know that you are arrived at your destination? That's the 3 first questions.
Hard questions.
Yeah, but important questions.
That's why.
Yeah.
Well, Mats, do you think there is something to be done to improve the entrepreneurial mindset in education?
Yes, I think so. There's a lot of things to do, and we need to connect with international networks and do projects to change the education system, because the society is changing very fast, and the digitalization is also changing everything very fast. So the labor market is quite special today. And
it's changing also, yeah.
Yeah, we can't use the 10-year-old teaching methods for today. So.
So we need this kind of mindset for young artists to be more entrepreneurial and I don't know, not only focus on their passion. They need also a career. They need the mindset like doing a job or a business life. Mm.
Yes, of course, but it all starts from the core, the passion, and what is the goal. Then through discussions or lessons or coaching, it's possible to look at what are the opportunities in today's societies for concerts, or is there opportunities in the digital world? So,
how do you think we change the music education? Do we need, I don't know, words? Do we need different kind of teachers, classrooms? I don't know, infrastructure, a new infrastructure?
I actually work a lot with words, because if I tell you one word, I could say hospital.
Yes.
You will immediately think of something. For example, if I say the word lesson,
I imagine.
What do you imagine?
What is a lesson for me, right?
Yeah. What is a lesson for you?
For me, it's something something new I learn.
Yeah, but is the picture that you are sitting in a chair and listening to a teacher?
Not quite, because I'm
okay.
not a student.
Okay.
If I was a student, maybe so.
Yeah, because that's one example of the things that
how the words work.
Yeah. So and also classroom. We have the teacher in front, and we have the students. That's in the mind. The word classroom is in the mind. So we gave our students an empty room and asked them if they want to put some furniture or something in the room, and we called it an office. So we had a meeting room, an office to work from together. And the word office is a place where you are more active.
So it's a kind of convention, right?
Yeah.
We established from the beginning that is a classroom, and we think only in that direction.
Yeah.
But we need to change that? and to replace it with what?
Yeah, we need to change the way of
imagine things?
Yeah, the rules of education we need to change, yes.
So we need to be very creative, to be artists with our conditions of making art.
Yeah, that's
a huge provocation.
Yeah,
for anyone, for any government, for any kind of thinkers, philosophers, reformators, or something like that, right? Maybe for Finland not, but the other countries, what do you think?
Yeah, it could be. I think the education system in Finland is quite modern in a way. There's a lot of new ways of teaching, so maybe this is one. But I think the musician or the artist is not is in the inner focus or the inner motor of an artist or musician is to do something actually. So it's very hard to just put them in a classroom and to listen to people. That's not the best thing.
Okay, I have another question. Is an old system for education a threat to our students' future as entrepreneurs in music?
It could be, I think. If the educational system tries to create like the same kinds, if it were a car factory and we just do the same car, we produce the Saabs every day, the same car with the same equipment. But we don't need that. We need a factory where we just make all kinds of cars. If we look at it that way.
If the context is changing, we need to change the whole setup for education. Like, I don't know, like a factory making cars. They need to do something else, to do other cars.
Yes.
For a new context.
Yeah.
It is the same thing, right?
Yes.
Like a comparison. All right, but when you think as an entrepreneur, you have to think about money, right?
Yes.
An artist is trained to not to think at the money, but to think at the art. How do you think these two can be put together?
For me, entrepreneurship is not about money.
All right.
That's business. Business is about money. Entrepreneurship is more what drives people to do something or to take action, to actually do something, to write a new song. Or compose a new song. That's actually entrepreneurship, to create something. And then we after that we have to find a common language and a way to earn something from what we do, and that's a hard question.
You know, in my mind, entrepreneurship is not so separate from business. Maybe it's the middle way between art and business. Entrepreneurship could be.
Yeah, could be.
Could be, right?
Yeah, because we could create a lot of things and do amazing things without money, and
I agree.
Yeah, and for me, the word business is more about making money. But it's words again. What's the business for you as a word?
Making money.
Yeah. Okay.
From anything.
Yes. and actually, we have a hard time speaking to our students also about customers and making money. because a lot of our students and artists, they don't think it's a good thing to do with the music.
But still, being an entrepreneur implies monetization.
Yeah.
With what you do, with your passion. So this drives you to the business side, right? So they need what? They need to do themselves, the artists, something like that, or they need this kind of collaboration with agents, with the personnel around the culture doing these things?
Yes, they have to find a unique model for themselves, how they can create an opportunity to work in art or music. And each individual is unique in that way. For example, I'm very bad at working with numbers and papers and tax, and so I don't do that. I have other people. I have chosen to not do that, and that gives me time to do something else. So if a student really is very focused on just creating and playing music, then he could make a strategic alliance with a manager, and they can create something together.
If anyone is unique, as you said, so I think it is. So there is no recipe really to follow this path.
No, there is no recipe of
specific recipe, but
no, but I think there is structures that we can use to find. For us, it has been the profile program we have had at the school, where we had meetings with together with the students every Monday, every Thursday, and we just discuss, share problems, and we also share good things. And that has solved a lot of things. And what we could see was that the students also begin to help each other, and it became kind of a collective learning method. And I think that's the strongest possible learning method when we begin to learn together.
It's an excellent strategy, I agree with that. Well, we will talk about monetization still, so let's talk about the monetization of music of your own brand profile, right? If you are here in this business, you have to do this. What are the secrets, a little bit, in this direction to make a performance?
I think the musicians are too focused on just selling the music, the concert. But we have looked at it, and the audience actually pay for a lot of other things. If I go to a concert, like the good concerts here in Iași, so directly when I open the door, the light is dimmed, and I feel something directly when I go into the room, and that's one thing. One thing that people could, customers or audience could pay for is actually to relax. If I go to a concert and just can turn off my phone and just sit and listen to the music, and nothing is disturbing me, and I'm in a good environment, I will pay for that. Some people pay for social status, so some people pay for the visual experience, and there's a lot of things that are connected to the music that people actually pay for.
All right. I I'd like to talk about the new digital network for music. We talked about the changes, the disruptive things that technology brings in arts. So let's talk about this, about digital in music and how change networks.
Yes, this is a really big question, but everything is changing so fast.
Let's hope that what we said today it's still available tomorrow.
Yes,
right?
yes. But there are new ways for digital rights, copyrights, and streaming, online concerts, international networks, meetings. There are a lot of opportunities also to build a new, unique brand for an artist on the web. It's possible. And if we just think maybe 30 years back to make a song, to do a song, we had to go to a studio, and that costed a lot of money. And to release an album, it was really expensive. Today, everybody can release something on YouTube.
But this is not too high competition, because everyone can do that. So it's harder for someone to reach the knowledge of an big audience.
Yes, it's harder to
be noticed.
Yeah, in that way, yes. And I think the audience demands also more today from the artists. The whole concept has to be in order before you.
You said something about online concerts, right? And I have to ask you this: how do you see them? It is possible to be a good concert, an online concert. Speaking about classical music.
Yes, that's. I don't know. If anybody has tried those, but it was one of my ideas to do unique concerts that you sell online and that the audience in every town in Europe could watch, and it would not be recorded, so it would be a of a lifetime opportunity to see this concert in real time, but you would not be able to see it later on for free. But this is a unique concert with unique artists that you can see Saturday night.
So in your opinion, these kind of concerts are an opportunity and not a threat to, I don't know, the quality of music, the quality of atmosphere that classical music give it for an audience?
I don't think it's a threat. Because I think that people want to go to real concerts in the future, but it could be one more thing to just earn something from. It could be combined with a concert, but you still sell tickets to other towns in Europe. So if we have a good concert here in Iași, we also sell tickets in Helsinki. Why not?
Okay. Mats, if someone who is an artist comes at you and asks you, how can I have a powerful brand and unique on the internet? What should I do? What would you tell him?
I would tell the same thing, that to really really focus on the inner passion and the unique profile. And I don't think it's possible to find that unique profile in 1 week or 2 weeks or half a year maybe, but it takes some time because outside we have teachers, the educational system, we have the society that have a pressure on this subject. You are supposed to be, you are supposed to play in a certain kind of way, and it's hard to go against that.
So is inner passion and patience, right? There are two ingredients to do this, and to observe very well the context.
And to do it together with other.
Together with other, right?
Yeah. We talk about team, talk, and time. That's the three things we need. We need a team, and we need time.
3T.
Yeah. And actually the time we created for our students was we could remove some of the old subjects on for them and make them totally focus on their inner profile.
I had to ask you, do you feel like we need to use the microphones?
Maybe.
That's okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Technology.
Could we use blockchain technology for royalties?
Yes, I think we should use blockchain technology for royalties because, for example, if one of my songs were played in Japan today, I would get money in 2 years, and with the blockchain's technology, I would get it in seconds, and a lot of the royalties are not even collected, and there's a big black box in the system. So I think I think the technique is going that way, but that's not the same as blockchain like Bitcoin or Ethereum. It's more blockchain technique with smart contracts. The smart contracts is in my opinion, the most important thing.
The next question is about the others, how to do things together. It's about teams, and it's about also internet and network. How do we build strong international networks for young people?
I think it's all supposed to happen. It has to happen during the education. So the education can't be just a static movement with just lessons, and it has to build the international network and also create the unique own profile during the education. Because what happens if the education is static and I will spend 5 years at this education, and suddenly after 5 years I'm suddenly supposed to create an international network and find a job and in directly in 1 week. That's not possible.
Time again.
Time again. Yes.
Time again, and patience. And well, talking about big changes and disruptive, and not only technologies are in this situation, but also the musical instruments. How do you think they will develop in the future? The digital era will influence the way the instruments will develop?
Yes. Historically, we have seen the classical music, and then jazz music came into this education and was not that accepted in the beginning. And later on we saw the music production, songwriting is now entering strongly the music education. So my personal opinion is that in the future we are going to have acoustic music and digital music as two separate brands, of course working together. But what we can see in Finland is that a lot of the young children stops playing an instrument, and that's very sad.
It is, but it's a new era, right?
Yeah, yes, it is. Yes, so they rather want to create the music with a computer, and okay, that's good. But I also would like to have all the instruments and all the genres represented in the future as well.
There are already devices that create music. You can give them some directions, like, I don't know, a piece of music with Chopin influences and Liszt influences, and to last, I don't know, 30 seconds, and give these commands and the machine create the music. Do you think this is a threat in the future, or do you think we have to only accept it?
It's definitely a threat, but we have to accept it, and we have to
Great answer.
but we have to I still believe that we are going to do it better than the machines. I am actually a beta tester for artificial intelligence composing with a machine, so I have tried it. And of course you can get some ideas from that, but I can see that the big companies are, of course, they are not going to pay any royalties for AI music.
Maybe for now, but I don't know, in the future.
Maybe, yes. Actually, right now in Europe we are talking about digital tax, so that could go to the musicians and composers as well.
Do you think playing at the instrument is a highly way of being educated in that direction, in direction of art?
Yes, absolutely, yes. I think so.
And what could be the earnings or the gaining, how will be, or the students will be enriched
from
learning to play at an instrument?
I think there are a lot of things connected to mathematics and other subjects and social networks, and I think it's a really important thing with music and art in schools. One of the most important subjects in my mind.
So, like a short conclusion, in your opinion, it is there are easy possible ways to live by art. To have this art is not a difficult way, but there are these 3 T, right? And with passion, it is possible. This is actually your main, sentence in this dialogue here.
Yes, absolutely, it's possible, but the the work will not be the same from year to year. It will always change for a musician or entrepreneur. It's very few that are going to play in the same orchestra for many years. For an entrepreneur in the music industry, the work will always change.
Mats, let's have some questions from the audience to see if there are questions.
We have anticipations from students. They come, there is a master and there is an apprentice tradition. So when you drop the furniture, you let them come into an open spaced room, you ask them, where do you come from? Where are you now? Where are you going? Please elaborate that. How do they react? Don't they expect you to tell them?
Yes, it takes some time to change, absolutely. But we changed already at the application because traditionally an application for the music program is that they should play 2 songs and there's a jury that is listening to the music and there's a theory test. To our program we had no instructions, just come and tell us what you want to do and show it in some kind of way.
So their development is more or less conducted by themselves, and you try to make their development stronger from their own angle. Is that what you say?
Yes, through discussions, time and talk all the time.
In what extent do you supply with theory and methodology during that mentoring?
A lot, actually. And we have each students also contribute with theories that they have to find themselves. So it doesn't have to come from the coach or teacher in that way.
Do you find that in a similar way to the modern way of producing stage productions, where there is not one master, but there's kind of equalness in the team? Is that a kind of trend you see?
I definitely think so. Collective learning, as I call it in this case, and collective producing would be a great thing to do, actually.
Do you have resistance from your colleagues towards such a pedagogical framework?
Yes, I have. So for sometimes I have had resistance. Yes, and we are not sure yet if this is the right thing for every student. We don't know yet. We are trying to find new ways, and I'm not saying that my program will be the best for every student. I don't know.
So consequently, there is some students that are strong enough to take it, and some is not. Is that what you say?
Yeah, but they actually begin to support each other. So it's not about being strong or it's more like the change of to have a system that is telling you exactly what to do all the time for 4 years. And we are not delivering that.
Isn't that much more demanding for you?
No, actually not. Because the student is becoming very, very active. So
we did not speak about the success of being successful as artist and living by art. Do you think is important?
It's absolutely important to reach some goals, and yes. But success.
If we define success like that, it's okay.
Yes.
It's okay to talk about.
Yes, of course. I think if the plan is to do a concert with new music, and you actually create this concert and this music and have this concert, then it's a goal and it's success. Yeah.
Another questions from the audience, if there are. Okay.
In the traditional program, we have, yes, yeah, we have that also. But in our program that we had, we make those goals with the students, and we actually, the students have to give numbers for themselves also in our school. So I could also give them a number, but we actually discuss quite a lot. But the learning agreement we do together, and where we line up what are the goals, what are we supposed to do, concerts, recordings, repertoire, and so on, contacts, international contacts. Yes, and together we actually can do a lot in that. Like the thing for international contacts, we made it like this, that we did it like a competition. Who can get the most international contacts in 1 week, and they actually did a great job. It was about 12 countries in 1 week, so they did a great job.
We in Romania often think about the Finnish educational system as being one of the best in the world. That might not be a secret anymore. But as you know, I've been to Finland often. I've been to Vocile 2.0, and compared to Iași, these are just almost villages. But the facilities regarding academia that I have found there are way above what we have in Eastern European much bigger cities. This kind of innovation in infrastructure and education in general, does it come from the university themselves or from the government?
I think the basic difference may be that like all the education in Finland is for free, and we in Finland we don't think that we are giving away something. Actually, the education is the most important investment a country can do, because if the people have work and employment, it's good for the country, and if people can't afford to do an education, it's bad for the country. It's the most successful investment a country can do, in my opinion, and maybe that's why we also have good. Yeah, maybe.
Well, Mats Granfors, thank you very much for sharing with us your ideas and all that you bring from Finland to Iași at Classix. Thank you.
Thank you.